Actually, you want to go for a smoke before you ask the real questions.
Okay.
Hey, you should put that in the video.
What's the first thing you do when you wake up in the morning?
That's the first thing I do. Hit the snooze button first. And then probably check the weather and go on Facebook for a minute. And then I would make coffee. I guess that's the start of my day.
And then you're on your way to work?
Yeah. Gotta catch that train, make those bucks, spraying those chemicals.
And I guess then I'll ask, what's the worst job you've ever had? The worst paying job.
Worst paying job I've ever had?
Well, no, maybe the worst job you've been paid for.
Okay.
So not when you were a kid and like had to do stuff for your parents.
Worst job I've been paid for. That's a tough call, cause I've liked hardly any of my jobs ever. I would have to say, I canvassed for the Edmonton Journal once, just like going house to house trying to sell people subscriptions, and you just go out to the fucking boonies in the suburbs and knock on people's doors right as they're getting home from work and cooking dinner, and everybody hates you, and nobody wants goddamn paper because they already get the paper because they live in the suburbs.
Yeah.
And it was the most pointless business. I don't even know how anybody could make money doing that, but that was pretty bad. Pretty sure I just like got stoned every block and a half and never made any money.
Yeah, that sounds brutal. Let's see. If you were, say you had a bunch of free time and you were gonna go on YouTube, what would you look up? Like, what's your favorite thing to look up on YouTube?
Favorite thing to look up on YouTube? That's a neat question. I think my main use for YouTube is finding music that I can't find anywhere else easily. Or like if you have that momentary need for a song, hit that up. But aside from that, because you want to know about videos, I'm a big fan, and have been for years, of skate videos, even though I don't skateboard.
Right. So,
I still check those out now and again. Or, like, cute animals. No, I'm just kidding. I never look at fucking cute animals.
There's lots of cats on YouTube.
That's true, but there's lots of cats in my house, too. Well, one cat, but he's a handful.
That's perfect, because one of my other questions was, are you a cat or dog person?
Definitely a cat person.
Nice.
Although, it doesn't turn me off of dogs. I would like a dog someday. It's just, my name's Catlin, and although my mom blames my name on the epidural, I'm pretty sure it makes sense, because cats have always just understood me, I guess.
Cat whisperer.
That's my name.
Alright, now a more serious question, I guess. How long have you been doing what you're doing? Like making music, playing shows, that type of stuff?
Well, I've been playing shows and being in bands since the 9th grade, but I didn't start doing this kind of stuff, like writing my own songs and recording my own stuff, until a little less than a year ago. 2 of the songs that are on this record are from one day when I first sat down with an electric guitar and decided I wanted to be a rock band. So it's been kind of like a year of weird stuff happening, and now it's kind of like come to fruition, so it's pretty cool.
Cool. Let's see here. Do you have a crazy strat story? All the local people will love a strat story.
That's true. I do have a pretty good crazy strat story, which I'd like to dedicate to Adam Shaw, because he always likes to bring this up, and Paul Filippo. They both will never let this die. Oh, and Scott, actually. Scott Parsons, too. Gotta throw him in there.
Nice.
But this was maybe 12th grade, 10th? I don't know. Early high school, and just started going out and drinking, and met these guys that were a couple years older that just, I don't know, taught me how to party, I guess. They used to take us to the Strat. This is when you could still smoke inside the Strat. And Adam and I used to make it our goal to just like get drunk for as little as possible. I would like during the week at school save up all my change until I had $8.75, which was enough to buy a pitcher, and like you could start your night. Because once you buy a pitcher and have a glass, then you could just drink whatever you want.
Yeah.
So, anyways, long story short, I guess, got really drunk and ended up having this slightly overweight girl with a boy haircut start hitting on me. And I think it probably was the first time a girl had ever hit on me in my entire life, because I reacted accordingly. And like 10 minutes later, I was in a stall of the girl's bathroom with her, making out, until a bouncer like bashed the stall door in and threw me out. And that's one of my first bar stories and kick-out stories, and making out in a bathroom.
That's perfect. The trifecta.
Exactly.
Now, a lot of your songs are quite personal, so where the lyrics stem from? Like, what are you writing? What emotions are being poured into these songs? Without delving too far into your soul here, what are you writing about?
Well, when I write songs, I usually always write the parts first. I'll just write guitar and bass and drums, and then improvise lyrics that I think that, like, it's whatever I'm feeling at the moment, I guess. And uncreatively enough, that ends up being about girls 99% of the time, because I'm a big pussy and I think about girls a lot. So this record in particular is just about being with girls, being weirded about girls, and not being with girls. The end. Maybe someday I'll write a song about like a rainbow, but not.
What do you see in the future for Service Fair? What are your plans? What are your aspirations? What are you aiming towards?
Well, I would like to. I'm gonna put out at least another couple records in the next year, and then move to either, Vancouver or Montreal, and try to not have too much fun and meet some people. And I don't know, I want to grow up to be that weird dude that has the house on the hill with the recording studio in it. So whatever it takes to get up to the hill, I guess.
Yeah, that's sort of what I'm trying to do, so that's a great goal. I'll ask one more question then. Being from Edmonton, I know we live here and we think it's cool, and there's pros and cons to every city, but for all the locals, what would you say is your favorite thing about here? Like, something positive, that's gonna make me be a little happier that I never moved away.
Number one, the River Valley. We have the longest stretch of uninterrupted parkland in all of North America.
This is true.
And that includes Central Park. So that's fucking rad.
Yeah.
And I think that most of the talented people that live here usually run away to cities like Vancouver and Montreal, which I'm planning on doing too. But the ones that stick around, it seems they just they love what they do so much and they work so hard. And you get a lot of really passionate people. I think that's the thing. And you gotta, I mean, when you live in a city that has terrible winters, you gotta make do. You gotta get creative.
Yeah.
I think people are better at having fun here
Totally.
than in places with cool things to do.
Yes, wise words. What now that I got you here on the internet, on YouTube or whatever, do you want to say hi to anyone before I end this? You want to say anything? It's an open mic.
I will give a big shout out to my bro, Jeremy Nischuk. Thanks for the t-shirt. And to Janelle Bonkowski. Thanks for dating me for 9 months, or whatever it was. And sleep well. Make sure to power down your computer tonight so that you don't waste energy. Thanks. The end.